Thank you all for coming by today. You know how much I appreciate you. This is a really difficult video for me to get out today. I'm going to really try hard. You might see some breaks in here where I am wiping my whiny tears. Anyway, a lot's happened since last we spoke. You can tell by my voice even, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm actually wearing a pain patch, and so they just upped it on me because, I don't know. Anyway, so I guess we'll just start with, I just want to say how much I appreciate you. I appreciate you all so much. Your comments have been amazing. I know there's so many of you who just love me, and you love my sidetracks and all my stuff. And I'm so happy to have had this platform, to teach you all my knowledge and everything that I've known from, I've been very young, to, fixing myself up, to caring for myself with no plastic surgery. I know that's so hard for some of you to believe, even yet, but it's true. And I just hope that you appreciate me and you'll continue to watch me and appreciate me and learn from me that, you can have really good skin. My coloring right now isn't so great because I think it's just the continuous pain. It's been ridiculous. But anyway, I'm so grateful for all of you for watching me and enjoying me, learning from me, being grateful that I taught you all this stuff. I mean, 5 years ago, it will be 5 years in June, when I actually went on. Somebody who just saw that video the other day and commented. I was so excited that she found that video, but it was the very first one that I did when I started my journey by myself, not with my grandkids hovering over me, although they have been in quite a few. But it was like I had the camera this way and I didn't know what I was doing. And I was just introducing you to myself. And just to think, all these 5 years of being on here, learning as I go, because I didn't know a slew of beans about YouTube, but learning everything with you sometimes and trying products for you and thinking about, it's not right for mature skin, it's too greasy for mature skin, it's whatever the case may be. You've stuck by me and you believed in me, and I guess I love the fact that you know that I'm honest and that everything that I've ever showed you, whether it's my new product or another product, I believed in it at the time that I was doing it. And I still stand behind some of the videos that you're watching now, where you'll ask me, well, how come you said this was the best? And now you use, Ella Frida, and I use this. But, I didn't know about a lot of products, until you get into it and people start sending you stuff. But anything I think that I have mentioned on my channel has been really good products. I don't think there's anything that was garbage that I was like, this is terrible. Couple maybe along the road, but I told you about them, I think. But I just appreciate you trusting in me and knowing that I am going to always be truthful to you. And, this cancer diagnosis hit me like a ton of bricks. You always think that, well, it could be, but nah, that's not me. But, we've been trying to find a diagnosis, girls. You know that for 7 months. 7 months. First it was my hip, and then it was my low back, and then it was this, and then it was that. And it really wasn't until, recently that my doctor, well, not recently, but my doctor, bless his heart. We talked about what kind of a doctor would give you 27 x-rays. Remember the last video that I put about my cancer scare, because that's what it was at the time. It wasn't a definite diagnosis like it is now. It was a scare. But, my doctor has done so much working with the insurance companies to try to get tests for me that he could have a definitive diagnosis, and the insurance company wouldn't cover them. So I'm not blaming my doctor for my 27 x-rays because, what was it? Last November, was it? He tried to get me a PET scan. And of course, I was adamant, I was going to advocate for myself. I didn't want no PET scan, because I was, obviously you're afraid sometimes when you have to get a test, you're afraid of what the results are. That's so stupid because I really take care of myself and I go to the doctors all the time with certain things that I think I just thought they were jumping the gun, I guess, if I can say that. And he tried to get the PET scan, and my insurance company just said, nope, not a good enough diagnosis to have a PET scan. Well, we lost 7 months in the interim of all this, of treatment. So my poor doctor, he was ordering bone scans. Well, let's try a bone scan. Let's try a bone density test. That didn't come back. The bone density test came back with lesions on the spine, but they didn't really say metastatic lesions on the spine. They just came back with, undefined lesions of the spine. The MRI, at the very, very beginning, he did the MRI. That's the thing that scared him the most because my MRI lit up. He was very afraid of that MRI without telling me something's not right. I mean, he did say it to a degree, but like I say, he wanted, right after I had the MRI, which I think was in maybe October, November of last year. I just looked it up, my MRI, me and my daughter did. I think it was November. And he wanted the PET scan right then and there. There's just no ifs, ands, and buts about it. My insurance company said, nope, not going to do it. So poor guy, he's scrambling around. He ordered me, like I say, the bone density. He ordered me the bone scan. He ordered me this whole series of x-rays. I mean, I think I told you I went in there and it was like 15 x-rays. And I walked out. I was like, oh, no, you're not giving me 15 x-rays. So I walked out and I was like, all bent out of shape. Why didn't you tell me I was having 15 x-rays, Well, that was in the series of them. And, of course, I just heard an x-ray. And it was an x-ray. It was a series of an x-ray. I don't know. So then when I went finally, calmed down and I went back, I walked in and it was 27 x-rays. And I was like, oh, my God, I think I told you. 27 x-rays. I tell you, he was scrambling to try to find something that would warrant this PET scan. And, we could have fought it, I guess, hindsight now, but nothing came back that bad on those x-rays. I mean, nothing really showed metastatic. They said possible metastatic in the lesions where the spine is, but nothing really that horrible where I was like, oh my God, So we finally fought with the insurance company. We finally, I said, just put a diagnosis on there. We've lost 7 months now of treatment. And so my back, it went from my hip to my back. And what was really bothering me the most is my upper back. And I'm telling you this for a reason. I guess you have to just watch out for these things because, you just get the craziest pains that you don't know what they're for. But it was the upper part. It's the upper part of my back. It's to the waist in the back, and it's up through the top of my back. So I've been complaining about that for like a couple of months, and that's when he's really starting to push for the PET scan. And we didn't really know what it was, but the pain has just been unbelievable, which is why I have a pain patch on. So we finally got the PET scan approved last week, and he says, let's just pray that the PET scan is as good as the bone scan, because there was no cancer in the bone scan. So unfortunately, the PET scan came back that showed that some of the lesions on my spine are cancer, and that the primary site of this cancer is breast cancer. Now, I had no idea. I've always gone for mammograms. I had this issue with my breasts when I was going through Change of Life. I was going to the Carmanos clinic because I had this huge, hard lump over here, and they were trying to decipher what it was. Anyway, I went for like a year, I think, every 3 months. They finally did every test they could. They needle biopsy. They couldn't get it, couldn't get the needle in because it was hard like a bone. Well, come to find out it was called like a hamartoma, which is almost, he said, like a birth defect. And that's just something I've had. And he said, you are full of fibrocystic breasts, so you're going to feel lumps here and there. So, and I have, and I didn't pay much attention to it. And I was going religiously to getting my breasts, my mammograms, I mean. And, and then you get to a certain age where your insurance company doesn't really pay for routine mammograms. You have to have a viable diagnosis for them to give you a mammogram. It's like crazy, right? I mean, all this stuff same way with PAPs tests. You have to have a diagnosis to get it. You can't just walk into a, OBGYN and say, hey, I want my PAP test or a pelvic exam. They just don't do that. You have to have a diagnosis. Well, by the time you get a diagnosis, it's almost too late. Hence this. So I don't know how long I have felt lumps in my breasts. The last mammogram I had, I think I just heard, was in 2019, right before COVID. And it was the same. It was, fibrocystic breast disease, nothing earth-shattering. So I didn't really have any issues or any pain or anything that would say, wow, this is it. Anyway, I guess there was a lump lurking in there, and it is cancer. And so Thursday I go to the doctor. We're going to meet with the oncologist. I'm having a mammogram. I'm having ultrasounds. I'm having a breast biopsy to find out what stage cancer that I have. To say I'm nervous is an understatement. It's a very scary. I mean, cancer is not a death sentence anymore. What bothers me the most is that we've lost 7 months of treatment, and all this back pain and top pain was coming from that. And who would know that? I mean, would you know that? I mean, if you got a pain in your back or you got a pain in your shoulder, would you think that, it was coming from your breast or something? I mean, it just makes no sense. So, unfortunately, I have to go through all this, and I'm so glad that I have my family and all of you for moral support. And, I got to tell you something. Everybody, when they're on YouTube, and you work so hard and you go, why can't I get a viral video? Why can't I get a viral video? And all the videos I've done, I've given you my heart and soul, and I've taught you, and I've done everything I could, and I always say, why can't I get a viral video? It's like, it's crazy. It's like, I think it's every YouTuber's dream. But yet there are some YouTubers on here that I've heard that, they don't like viral videos because they don't think that they're people, subscribers that stay with you, that they're just temporary people that watch you. I don't know if I believe that. If that's true or not, it doesn't matter. I am so grateful. And I'll tell you, it was funny because when I hit this viral video, and there was like 400, there's going to be 2 parts to this story. There was like 415,000 views on my viral video, and that was my anti-aging morning routine, and with my Ella Frida products, and that like absolutely blew up. And I've said the same thing for 5 years. I've been saying the same thing, and since I've been using Ella Frida products, I've been saying for probably the last 3 years that this is the product that I use. And I think since I've started to use it, is when most people started to say that I've had a facelift, because that's how good my skin is. So anyway, it went viral, and I said to my husband, oh my gosh, I can't believe this, And out of those 400 and some thousand of people that viewed it, I mean, I have like 25,000 subscribers that found me and subscribed to my channel, where if that video wouldn't have gone viral, you probably wouldn't have met me. And to think that now that you have met me based on that viral video, and I got to introduce myself to you. You got to see what I was like. You got to see my humor. You got to see what I taught you, what I can teach you. You've picked up so many wonderful tips from that. 25,000 actual subscribers is absolutely amazing to me. And it was really funny because I said to my husband, boy, I'm sure lucky. And like I say, some creators maybe don't think that that's luck. I think for me, that was really lucky for me because let me tell you, after I received my diagnosis, I said to my husband, there really is truth that God is by my side and he knows something. Because I'll tell you something. At that moment that video went viral is when I was diagnosed. And like I say, I made a nice chunk of change on that viral video. We're all here to make a little bit of money. YouTube doesn't pay that much, trust me. But videos that hit 400, 500,000 views, you do make good, decent money. I mean, not enough to buy a new car, a new house, or a new boat or anything like that, but decent money. But it couldn't have come, and God knew this, I think, it couldn't have come at a better time because our co-pays for all these tests that I've had done, all this medication that I've been on, the medication that my husband had to go on, his stent surgery, his tests that he had to have, it was just absolutely like God said, here you go, Babsy. Here you go. This is your viral video money. Now you can pay for it all. It was like amazing. So I think for that reason, a viral video to me at that time was God helping me get through the worst time of my life between my diagnosis, between what my husband had to go through. It was amazing. And if you stay, that's great. I know you will. Maybe all 415,000 of you won't subscribe or watch every video, and that's okay. But for that time, it helped me tremendously. Because like I say, I do have Medicare, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever. But it's still like, your co-pays and your co-pays on some of these drugs, medication, hasn't been easy. And we're just on Social Security, so we're not like rich people here. So I have all I can do to meet my monthly bills. So that I'm just saying, I guess, thank you for that, because I so appreciate that viral video going viral when it did, because it put me in a better frame of mind. It helped ease the burden of all this finances. And it was just a wonderful thing. I got to pay off a couple of bills that I'm grateful for. And I'm not saying that anything's going to happen to me, because I'm going at this with a very positive attitude, and I'm not going to let it get me. I'm not going to, you can see I'm still primping. I mean, I'm not going down without a fight. But the fact that if something ever happened, that I could pay stuff off to help my husband, that was a great video. That was a great gift that you all gave to me, and I owe you big time for that. So yes, there is something wonderful to viral videos, and it couldn't have came at a better time. And the other thing is about the viral videos that I did it on the Ella Frida products, and oh my God, I love those products. Girls, I've been using them for 3 years. I never had any issues. A lot of my subscribers have ordered the Ella Frida product based on videos that I did 2 or 3 years ago, a couple years ago, and there's never been an issue. So here's the issue that happened. Now listen to me really carefully here. This is a company, Ella Frida. They're a young couple. They are just a small business. They wanted to produce something in organic, something that wasn't going to be irritating to your skin, something that was going to be amazing for matured skin, something that was not real expensive, that we were going to go broke ordering this product, like some of them are $100 or whatever. This was just a small business who wanted to just do something for everybody. Well, let me tell you, this my viral video went viral on Ella Frida, and this poor couple were scrambling to get this product manufactured, made, because they don't stock that much because, of the freshness and the quality. I mean, some places that you order, you don't know how long those things have been stocked on the shelves. This is all products that are fresh. He tries to monitor, him and his wife monitor like what he thinks he's going to use, and then he'll he'll keep them in stock, but you don't want to order them and then have them all left over, and then maybe they're not as potent as they should be. So he was scrambling to fill your orders, and I know there were a lot of you that were disappointed. I've gotten some pretty nasty emails, and it wasn't my fault. I mean, it really wasn't my fault. I still stand behind their product. I think that just the whole thing of getting so many, he was like, scrambling. And I think he's really worked hard, him and his wife, to get the manufacturers and to get orders and get everything in that he needed, because, he doesn't want to get like 1 million in there and then all of a sudden, he's stuck there with a product that maybe will lose its potency, so to speak. So he's in a kind of a rock and hard place there. So I think he just now has gotten everybody's that's ordered. I mean, you're talking thousands of you girls ordered this Ella Frida product based on my video, thousands. And I don't think Simeon and Sarah were really prepared. It was kind of like, I can do that. I can do that. How am I going to do that? It's kind of like the way it was. So most of you, I appreciate you not getting in touch with me. I appreciate you having patience. It's not Prime. It's not an overnight delivery because it's not stocked like Prime's things are stocked. Hang on a little bit if you haven't gotten your order yet. By all means, message him, not me. I really don't. I can't help too much. I mean, he's good about giving you refunds if that's what you want, but I'm telling you, it's really worth the wait. The product is really worth the wait. So for that reason, I just wanted to mention that too on my viral video. So that was just crazy because he was like, oh my God, I can do that. Oh yeah, I can do that. And then they kept coming in. He goes, oh my God, how am I going to do that? So, but he's doing the best he can, and hats off to him. And you won't be sorry. It's a great product. And, if you want a refund, I guess you want to refund some good things, you have to wait. But anyway, that was part of my viral video, and I so appreciate you. And I'm going to try to still do my nighttime video. Then my whole skin process will be readily available to you, whether I don't come back for a while or whatever. At least you'll have my day routine. You'll have some get readies with me's. You'll have some interesting tidbits about mature skin. And you'll have a night routine. And I want to get that night routine up. I'm going to do it hell or high water. Can I say that? Because then it'll be complete. And I think the nighttime routine is so easy, so simple, and yet you'll wake up with really great skin. Now, my skin has been really dry, and I've lost probably close to 10 pounds through all this agony. And so I've really had to work at my skin and keep massaging it because, boy, medicine too can really, sink you in really good. I'll tell you that, and dry you up. That's for sure. So I've been really, massaging a lot. So anyway, I don't want you to feel bad. I know this is kind of a sad video in a way, but I had somebody emailed me the other day. It was so wonderful. She said, Barbara, I think she said Babsy, you've got people praying for you all over the world. God has got you on this. I mean, people are praying for you all over the world. And that is like, I went, yeah, they are. Because I've got people from Algeria now. I mean, through my viral video, like I say, maybe 417,000 of you didn't subscribe, which I'm not going, I'm not meaning anything by that, but the new ones that I've gotten, and I feel really bad for you new girls. I haven't been able to really answer a lot of your comments. I'm still trying to do it. Some days I feel better than others and I can sit and do it, and other days I don't feel so great, but I'm still going to try to do it, because if you're good enough to give me a comment, I feel you're good enough to get an answer, and I'm really working hard at that. So anyway, just bear with me, be patient, put those patient panties on, and bear with me, and thank you from the bottom of my heart, really, for all your prayers, for all your wonderful thoughts, for your verses from the Bible. I can't even tell you how I feel them every day. I so appreciate that. And then, like I say, to top what I was going through, my poor husband, I didn't want to bring him out here because I don't want him to hear my whole story again, because he is like a basket case. But through all of my stuff, he comes in one night, and I'm making dinner, meatloaf. I'm never going to eat meatloaf again, but I was having meatloaf, and he was fine. He was in the kitchen, and he was helping me, and everything was just wonderful. And I said to him, "Hey, do you want creamy corn or do you want her whole kernel corn?" And he said, "Oh, I'll have whole kernel corn." I said, "Oh, okay." This second now, he was fine. He came in and he sat down in this white chair I have on the other side. I come in, we have TV tray tables because we like to eat in the kitchen, and we like to eat in the living room. And so I put the fork down. When I put the fork down on the TV tray table, he's holding his throat like this, and his left arm is going like this. And I go, "What's the matter with you?" He goes, "I don't know." He says, "I've got this horrible jaw pain." He said, "It's so bad. My throat feels like it's closing." He says, my left arm is, he says, numb, and yet it's tingling. He broke out in a sweat, and I'm like, "How could this be? You were fine a minute ago." He goes, "Oh, it'll pass. I'm like, So I waited a second. I said, "I'm going to call 911. So in the meantime, Gina had texted me and said she was picking up Hayden. I think she was going to come over for something, drop off something. So I said, "Your dad's having jaw pain and arm pain. I think I'm going to call 911. She says, "Call 911. I'll meet you at the hospital." Well, she works at the hospital here. So he didn't want me to call. "No, I'll be fine. It's nothing. I think it's starting to go away." So needless to say, I called 911 anyway, and they're right across the street. So they were here. Before I got off the phone, I could hear the sirens, and they were here. So they did all his vitals, and they said to him, "Well, your vitals seem all right. Your oxygen's good. Your heart rate's good. They do those little EKGs. They put them on. They do them here. You don't seem to be having a heart attack. Do you want to go to the hospital?" And he said, "No." Well, then there was a girl EMT here, and she said, "No, I think he better go, because this could start up later, and then you'll be at 1:00 in the morning, and you won't know what to do, and it could be bad." So anyway, I said, "No, Denny, you're going." So I throw on. It's not about me. This is not about me. This is about him now. But I had this horrible wig. This is old wig. I don't even know I grabbed it. It was like so awful. I didn't have a stitch of makeup on, which is fine. I had these old torn pants on, which is fine, because we were just getting ready to eat dinner and relax for the night. I wasn't like at my best all day, because I had a bad pain day anyway, and so I wasn't really fixed up. So anyway, I get in the ambulance and I go to the hospital with him, and Gina meets me there. Well, we got stuck behind a train, which there should be a law that these trains should not be this long. But this train was so long. Well, while this train was passing, he had a massive heart attack not massive, but he had a heart attack in the ambulance. And they said, guy was going, "We better get going here. Well, we had to wait still another 5 minutes for the train rails to go up, and then they put the ambulance sirens on, and everybody stopped, and then he couldn't get around, and he's blowing the horn, and oh my God, we made it into the hospital. We made it to the hospital, And I swear within 15 minutes he was up in the cath lab. He has 4 blockages. He had one at 99%, one at 77%, and he's got another one at 45% and another one I can't remember. So they had to rush him back immediately to put stents in. He was a goner. And they knew like within minutes, but there was no way. And they said to me, I said, oh, it's probably my fault because he's had to take care of me for the last 6 months and he's been doing everything for me. And they go, this did not just happen 6 months ago. This has been working in there for a long, long time. Well, let me bring him in for a minute so you can just see, because I know some of you have asked about him, so we might as well go out with him there. Hold on. Okay, we had to adjust our chairs here because I'm shrinking. But anyway, I was just telling him, I think I got to the part where they rushed you back, and they did 2 stents on him. They couldn't do the other 2 that night. They have to wait and do the other 2. So needless to say, me and my daughter were hysterical. And show him your arm. It's only part. It's only part of his arm. The other ones, he had needles coming out of everywhere. But I'm telling you, the modern technology for medicine, probably like my daughter said, 5-10 years ago, they wouldn't have had this stent to do these stents that quick and save his life because,
through my wrist.
Oh yeah, and then they go to do the stents. They didn't have to go through the groin. They went through his wrist around, yep. And that they thought they were going to have to go through the groin, and they were so glad they didn't because it's a little rougher when they go through the groin. Not that it's bad, but it's a little rougher than going through your wrist. So they were able to go through the wrist and go up and unblock the. Where's your pictures?
Right over there.
Oh, let's get your pictures. Hold on. I don't know if you can see them. Are the before pictures? This is the before picture. Before they put the stent in, and this is the after. Look at the difference in the blood flow. And there's a couple of them like that.
Same pictures.
This is the same one?
Same ones.
I thought this was from the one.
I don't know, maybe.
Anyway, one was 99% blocked, and the other one was 75% blocked. What a shrimp I am here, these pillows. And anyway, yeah, the other one was 75% blocked. So he's got 2 more to go. One is only 40, and the other one I think is 65 or something blocked. So he can't do those until he goes back to see the doctor. So yeah, I was in the hospital with him for those 2 days, and they gave me this cot to sit on that I felt like I was being tortured in the army or something. It was like I was in so much pain with my back, and I had to sit on this cot. I didn't want to leave him because I was scared. I did manage to go home. They told me to go home and that he was going to be in good shape. But girls, let me tell you, your prayers got him up. He said he felt them just like when he had COVID in 2020 and he almost died. And Elena, my friend, started this prayer chain for him at 10 a.m. in the morning. And that's how all of you, if you would like to join us in our prayer chain, it's 10 o'clock every morning, no matter what country you live in, you set your clock for 10 o'clock. We all just prayed together at 10 o'clock. And I think that's the thing that saved him from COVID, because he was a goner at COVID. I mean, the fact that he had COVID as bad as he had it in 2020, when they didn't even know how to cure COVID, and then here he is, and now he's got this heart thing. And it's funny because, there is no, I think we asked the doctor, how do you know that? Like, could you yourself go now, oh my gosh, that could happen to me? I mean, could you go to your doctors and say, check me for, and see if I have a blockage? I don't think that there's a test. Again, I think you have to have a viable diagnosis for them to check you for a blockage. That's why people just, have heart attacks like this. And these blockages, like I say, it isn't anything that just came on him all of a sudden. And what really scares me to a sense is that he's got AFib. So he's been under a cardiologist for probably 5 years?
At least.
And they've done echocardiograms checking his heart. He's had 2 conversions on his AFib, and nobody ever said anything about, hey, we better get in here and look in to see if he's got a blockage. Nobody. And here he was talking to me. Now, if he would have had this during the night, he may not have be sitting here with me. If it would have happened during the night, or for some reason he wouldn't have went to the hospital, which not on my watch, he was going to go. But these things happen. So yeah, but him and I always go to the doctors. Every year we have our physical, we have our blood work drawn. We're always on top of it. But things slip by, and things you forget, and get a mammogram, go have an EKG, go have an echocardiogram, go have a thallium stress, something that maybe that they would have something to at least give to the insurance company that they would pay for a specific test for you. So no matter how good of an advocate you are for yourself, things can happen. I mean, I missed a mammogram, and look what happened to me. And now we just pray. So we'll still take all your prayers.
That's true.
What do you want to say to your wonderful subscribers?
I would like to say thank you for all your prayers. Without all the prayers, I probably not would have been here. And for my wife taking care of me, I know I wouldn't have been here. So thanks to her. So thank you, dear. Also, I'd like to thank all of her subscribers, better known as the Posse, for listening to her over the years. She's made a lot of friends over this, which was great. So there is a lot of nice people out there. So listen like I did. I didn't want to be taken away in an ambulance or EMS squad. That's a rough ride. I wouldn't wish that on
I was bad on my back.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but gotta go. So thanks to the wife, and thanks to the one EMS, which was a woman too. She's the one who said, "Oh, I think you better go."
Yeah, she did.
And I went.
I think she's the one that drove the fire truck, because they come down the street with fire trucks and ambulances and the whole 9 yards. And he didn't want to go because he goes, "I don't want the neighbors to see." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay." So
I wanted to drive up to the fire department.
yeah, right. He would have too. I know. So anyway, thank you for all your prayers for him, and thank you for all your prayers for me. And like I say, thank you from the bottom of my heart for my viral video. And the viral videos, to me, that one just came at the right time, because I was telling them how the co-pays and everything are just so expensive. And I don't know, I said, God must have done this. I mean, he must have had a hand in this video at this particular time. I've been on here 5 years. And I've been, saying the same thing, and, preaching to the choir about your skin and your massaging and, the good skin products. And then here I am all of a sudden now. I mean, it couldn't have came at a better time for us. It really has helped us. And I thank you for that with all my heart. And sorry this video is long, but I don't know when I'll be back on here. I may take a break for a bit. I don't know. I am going to try to come back and do my nighttime routine, but that won't be long. So I hope you'll watch this whole video. Come on, 415,000 of you people that watch my viral video, you can watch this video. But yeah, I know it's long, but I wanted to get all the details out because you're so wonderful to me and him. You deserve a good explanation. And somebody told me the other day that watched my video, can you just get to the point? Can you just get to the point? Well, some things you just can't get to the point. You know, how do I get on here and just go, oh, hi, subscribers. I have cancer. Thank you. Bye. You know, there's some things that require conversation. And, you know, and this is what this is, conversation, just to let you know how I'm doing. And thank you for being here. So with that, I love you. We love you.
I love you.
And I'll check back with you as soon as I can. Keep your prayers coming. I'll know Thursday what stage I'm at. I'm scared for Thursday, but you know, I have to have it. So then at least we'll know where I stand and how bad I actually am, and then we'll go from there. So thank you. I love you. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all your prayers. And you know, keep watching my videos and learn. You know, I'll be on here for a long time, right?
You got it.
Yeah. So I love you. Take care. And remember, be the I in kind. And I know you are the I in kind because I can tell by my beautiful, wonderful comments that I get, cards that you've sent me, gifts that you've sent me, flowers that you've sent me. I know you are my I in kind. So we love you. I'll see you again soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Bye now.